The storm arrived without warning. By the time Lucius realized what was happening, the wind had already torn through his fields. Rain hammered the ground so hard it felt violent, as if the earth itself had turned against him. Lucius ran outside barefoot, slipping in the mud, shouting into the darkness. "Stop!" he yelled, as if the sky could hear him. "I've suffered enough." The wind answered by ripping a wooden beam from his roof. Lucius collapsed to his knees. Water soaked through his clothes, but he didn't move. He stared upward, rage and desperation mixing in his chest. "Why me?" he screamed. "Why is it always me?" The storm passed by morning. Silence followed. Lucius walked through what remained of his land. The crops were flattened. Tools lay broken. Weeks of labor had vanished in a single night. He felt numb. Not surprised, not shocked. Just confirmed. This was how his life always went. From childhood, Lucius had believed himself unlucky. Other boys seemed stronger, other families more secure, other men moved forward while he remained trapped in place. Whenever he tried to improve his life, something went wrong. And every failure reinforced the same story. I was never meant to win. Lucius worked, but never consistently. He planned, but never early enough. He avoided discomfort whenever possible and called it being practical. He delayed hard decisions until circumstances forced his hand, then resented the pressure. When success escaped him, he did not look inward. He looked up. Across the road lived Marcus. Marcus had lost crops too. Everyone had. But Marcus had stored grain, reinforced his roof, prepared for loss. His children still ate. His home still stood. Lucius watched him in silence. "Lucky," he muttered. Some men are protected, but deep down something unsettled him. Marcus hadn't prayed harder. He hadn't begged the gods. He had prepared. Winter arrived early and without mercy. Lucius's food ran out quickly. He rationed, then lied to himself, then starved. Pride disappeared faster than hunger. When he finally sought work, his hands shook, not from weakness, but from the humiliation of needing help. He was sent to Gaius. Gaius lived beyond the town, alone, in a small stone house that looked almost empty. There was no decoration, no excess. Everything had a place. Lucius noticed it immediately and disliked it. Gaius woke before sunrise, ate plain food, worked without pause. Lucius arrived late on the first day. Gaius did not acknowledge him. On the second day, Lucius complained about the cold. Gaius handed him a heavier load. On the third day, Lucius worked carelessly, frustrated, sloppy. "You work like a man who expects forgiveness," Gaius said. The words stung. Lucius exploded. "You don't understand," he shouted. "Some men are unlucky. No matter what they do, life beats them down." Gaius stopped working. Slowly, he rolled up his sleeve. Scars ran across his arm. Old, deep, deliberate.
"I was taken prisoner," he said. "I was beaten, starved, and enslaved. I lost friends. I buried my son." Lucius froze. "You think luck spared me?" Gaius continued. "No, discipline kept me alive." From that moment on, Gaius changed nothing, except Lucius. Lucius woke before dawn, worked until his hands blistered, repeated tasks until they were done correctly, not quickly. When Lucius complained, Gaius said nothing. When Lucius failed, Gaius made him repeat the task. Again, again, again. Lucius hated it, but hatred did not stop the routine. Weeks passed. Lucius's body hardened. His movements became precise. The constant noise in his head, the excuses, the self-pity, the resentment, began to quiet. Something strange happened. Lucius stopped thinking about luck. When a task went poorly, he adjusted. When fatigue came, he endured. When difficulty appeared, he prepared. One morning, Lucius woke before Gaius. He noticed it immediately, not with excitement, but with calm certainty. Control. The town noticed too. "You've changed," they said. "Your fortune has improved." Lucius almost laughed. That night, he returned to the place where he once screamed at the sky. The stars were unchanged, distant, indifferent, unmoved. But Lucius did not speak to them. He finally understood. The storm had not singled him out. The gods had not cursed him. Life had not betrayed him. His habits had. He had lived without discipline, and discipline had answered with consequences. Luck had never left him. It had simply stopped being a useful excuse. Lucius stood, turned away from the sky, and walked home. Not as a victim, but as a man who owned himself. He was never unlucky. He was undisciplined, and discipline had finally given him back his life.